State your name.
Hi, I'm Isabel Gutierrez.
Jacob Boggs.
Hi, I'm Clinton. What do you think academic dishonesty is?
Academic dishonesty is when you cheat or get caught cheating on any assignment you have to do for school.
I think it's not being truthful about the academic work that you're producing.
I think it is cheating.
In a way, cheating, but I feel like it probably encompasses more than that. Probably like lying about, like on applications, lying about what type of grades you get, or yeah, it's not being dishonest, not being truthful. So not being truthful about your academics in general. Okay, how could it affect you?
Well, if you get caught, or if I get caught, I could possibly get kicked out of the honors program, be put on academic probation, and like sometimes some schools, depending on how serious it is, you could get kicked out altogether.
It's a part of the oath that you take when you come to college, or well, actually when you produce any academic work. It affects you on a daily basis.
If you do not get caught, it can help you reach grades that you couldn't get to by yourself. But if you get caught, it could send your life in a downward spiral.
Okay. If I were academically dishonest, it could affect me because I'm living a lifestyle where it's like I'm probably looking around my back every time trying to check whether or not I'm getting caught. If I get caught, then there's a lot of stuff I could lose. Also, if you have someone who's like following straight in their path, but somebody's jumping ahead because of academic dishonesty, then you get left behind from following straight and narrow, but it's like somebody else is like fast tracking, and it's not fair. Could you tell when someone else is being academically dishonest?
Not necessarily, unless it's really obvious. And I know like some teachers are like, they put your work through a database, and then if it comes up with like a certain percentage, then you get caught. Or like if you get caught looking at someone else's paper on a test, then yeah, but I don't think it's as easy as people make it seem to be sometimes to get caught.
Not necessarily, just because a lot of work is done outside of the classroom. So they could be being dishonest outside of the classroom and then bring that knowledge to class, and it could come off as genuine.
Yes, when someone who usually doesn't get good grades out of nowhere did really great on a test out of nowhere.
I mean, like, not necessarily like other stuff. Like cheating is pretty kind of easy to tell because people talk about it. They ain't slick with it. But other than that, I guess no, you wouldn't. It's not something you just see on the surface unless you just like listen to people's conversations, and that's how you figure out somebody's cheating because they don't shut up. But would you come clean if you were academically dishonest, and why?
I mean, only if I was caught. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I cheat, but if I happen to get caught like looking at someone's test or something, then yeah, I'd rather come clean than lie about it in front of whatever the board, because then I could face more consequences if I lie about it and then get caught lying about it.
I wouldn't come clean, just because unless I was caught, I would come clean. But no, I wouldn't. I mean, just because if you're cheating, you're not trying.
Right.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
If I was caught.
Why?
Because then there's no point of lying, because I've already got caught doing something bad. What can get worse? It can only get worse if I tell a lie still.
If I found, like, I do not try to be academically dishonest, so if I have found myself in a situation that I was academically dishonest and I didn't realize I was being, I don't know what the word is. I would apologize. I would come clean. It's a whole word, and I don't know what the word is. But like, if I found myself in a situation where I was unintentionally being academically dishonest, then I would come forward and try and correct that, because one of my biggest points is integrity. If you question anything about me, you won't question my integrity.
Okay. Alright. How could you avoid being academically dishonest?
Don't cheat, period. Or, I mean, sometimes you just gotta take an L. Like, if you didn't study for a test, just go in, do what you can, and maybe next time you'll study. Or with, like, a paper you did it last minute. Sometimes you could go talk to your professor and be like, you think I can turn it in a little late if you tell them, like, you dropped the ball or something like that, 'cause sometimes professors are understanding. It's better to take the L sometimes than cheat, get caught, and then face even worse consequences later.
You can like read your textbook instead of looking up the answers online, or you could not share your answers with other students and keep them to yourself.
Actually do my work.
The basic one is like, avoid cheating. As tempting as it might be in some classes where it's like you're struggling, just step away from it. When someone asks you for your notes or whatnot, not necessarily like, you don't necessarily just like flat out give it to them. You would offer to help them with said thing better than, yeah.
How could you help others from being academically dishonest?
I guess tell them to do their work, study, get organized, plan out, like, if you have a test, or if you have a test in advance, maybe like plan out when you're going to study, or like a paper, plan out when you're going to write it, and try not save stuff last minute.
You can resist their answer, so if they try to send you something, you could be like, no, I don't want to see it. Or you could encourage other students to remain truthful in their work like you are.
And how could you help others from being academically dishonest?
Tell them to do their work.
Alright, thanks. And how could you help others from being academically dishonest?
Again, like if someone wanted to say to get your notes and cheat off of it, rather than just like handing them point blank your notes, offering to help them work through what it is. Also, leading by example, showing your friends that that's not the route to go. Like, you can get to where you want and still live a life of integrity.